Alright, welcome back everybody, welcome back to the Prelog scene. So today I'm going to be fixing up the last bits here and there, the nooks and crannies. As you can see, the wizard is now fully drawn in as well. So we can now actually move on to the next bit, which is the bottom right side, if I'm correct. And get the, well, black hole up and running properly. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah. First things first, need to get the design for the staff correct. So this is going to be the main design that I drew for today. Well, I actually did a lot of work. I actually fixed a lot of coloring here and there in the bottom side with the rocks. But I need to extend that towards this location as well, because there is going to be, this is the location part. So I need to have this bit fixed up, this whole place. But oh well. Anyway, let's get this up and running. Oh, and now it's already not the right color. Great, lovely. Now, let's see. And do I want to go for that, or do I want to go for... No, I do want to go for that. I can technically go for this. Which means we have like this kind of effect to it. But that would not... No. I need to make sure that I have this like wood structure on it instead. There we go. Then we're gonna go here, which is then this bit, which is also wood. That's why it snaps so quickly. Especially with a black hole, it's actually quite easy to snap things, so why not? Alright, now we have that bit done. And now we're gonna go for the last bit, which is here, over here, which... Alright. Now we have that done. Now we can actually add in the line work here these things. So we have like a nice little line work to work with. Alright, now we have that done. We now actually have the main issue. The globe itself should be the right size, right? Yeah, because it is sucked in. That means that it actually needs to have a different kind of approach. Yes, alright. Now let's hope that I can get this right in one go. So the first things first we need to do is getting the wood structure in there. It needs to be a little bit differentiated from the stone. So I think I'm gonna go for like a little bit of more of a wood texture, like so. And then make it very, very nice afterwards, because this is brown, without a doubt. Yeah. So the idea for now is actually getting this whole damn thing up and running, getting the design done, and then get ourselves be building up towards the black hole. which is gonna be a gap because there's now a gap in this structure. So there's rock, 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 and there's nothing here, which needs to be done. I think I had a sketch for it. Hopefully, hopefully this sketch is still here on this drawing. Probably it is. And then we're going to be looking at like where to go from here, because we actually did do what I needed to do in this side. We actually designed that and fully colored up. So now let's see if I can get this all done. First things first, get this design up and running. But yeah, it is a lot of work. And I do need to add a darker color afterwards, and then I need to add the light bits to it as well. Oh boy. The light bits are going to be the hardest part of this bit. Maybe the orb itself could also be a thing that is actually quite hard to do, but I think I have an idea how to do it. All right. Now we have the main color. Now we need to get the darker color in there. So let's get that bit up and running. There we go. Okay, now we need to fix this bit. We have that. Now we can add in the lighter color. No. This bit, yes. All right, now we have everything right. Yeah, we do. Okay, and now we need to get the lighter color up and running. Do I want this on a different layer? Yes, I do. Just in case. No. Not every bit needs to have a color. I'm getting better at lighting. It's just I need to make sure that I don't do things that I normally do. There you go. That looks good. Oh, for fuck's sake. right, now let's get this bit. There you go. Now we're gonna go here. Fill up the holes. All right. Now we have done that. Now we can actually get to the next bit, which is the color for the staff. I'm thinking because we already have blue in it, or yeah, green in it. Why not complementary it with another red band on it? So that, and then grab the gold. That would be actually the best option here. There we go. Now that we have done the first bit of it, we can now add a lighter color to it on the top. Now I'm gonna go here, dark the color. Okay, now I need to get that orb up and running. Let's see, what kind of orb color do I want? I think a blue orb color would actually be quite good. Right, now we have the first bit of the orb. Now we need to get the orb colored up. So first things first. Right. Now we have the first bit of the idea. Now we need to get decently. Let's see if I can move it. Hopefully I can actually move it properly. Okay, so that's the colors that I'm looking for. Alright. Yeah. There. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. All right, now we have done that. We have now done this bit a bit more. Now I need to add more stuff to it. So let's figure out where to go for this. Ah, yes. That's the idea, right? Yeah, so there needs to be broken pieces there. And then here is gonna be that part. Oh boy. So that means I need to go here. I need to draw over here. Not this is the part of what? That bit. Alright, so I need to draw here. Yes. Where's the bit that I have? That's the bit that needs to be drawn. That's the bit, and that is that. That is the one bit. Alright, this is the bit. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means I have now everything here. And now I need to grab this bit. Oh, that's gonna be a pain to draw, but well, I will try my best. So I need to draw it over here again. Broken, 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 not broken. So here I need to make things go bad. All right. Here I need to... No, that's not what I want. So we have here we have the first one that is absolutely broken beyond repair, which is gonna be a normal thing to the side. So that's gonna be, yes, that's gonna be like that. All right. Like so. But then I need to make sure that I don't do this on the tick layer. I need to do this on the 5 pixel layer, otherwise I will get issues with the drawing itself. Right, that's the first one gone. Then we're gonna go here. Bit is missing. Okay. And then here, all right, now we have the first bit done. Now we need to add this back in there, so here. Designing these things is an absolute nightmare, by the way, because I have no clue how to do it properly. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Now we have actually drawn, the broken pieces on the sideline, which is good. Now I need to figure out how to probably make this again happening. There you go. So now we have that. That means I need to add something here. Semi-trucks. Semi-trucks. Let's hope it actually turns out pretty good. We're almost there. Cool. So now we have that first bit. The rocks on the other side, which are also disturbed. Now we need to draw the big rocks on the other side. But first, let's draw... which one is it? These things, right? Yeah, these things. Let's draw these things first. So let's do that on a group. Because we do need to do that. go. Nice. Now we have done that, we can now go back to the coloring part of it, which should then be here. But the main problem is now that this is in front of this. So then this one needs to be in front of that because of how this works. All right. Now let's do that first then. First saving though. We don't want to lose any progress. We don't want to lose any... Please don't crash. Okay, good. Good. I did it on time. It already had like a little bit of a checking. All right, let's get this thing up and running. And then the last bit is going to be the hardest part, which is going to be the rocks on this side, which technically needs to be on top of, needs to be on the, some need to be overneath and the rest needs to be underneath. And then of course the rest is going to be like a big giant black hole right here. So let's do first this bit. All right, how did I drew this bit? Lighter color. Oh, I need to. Oh, for fuck's sake, I need to do that. Need to add textures to this because it's zoomed out. Because it's zoomed out and now it's zoomed in. Oh, it was zoomed out and now it's zoomed in. Yeah, I need to add texture to this. Oh boy, that's gonna be the pain. But let's first do the baseline colors and then we're gonna add in, and then tomorrow we'll add in the, and then tomorrow I will add in the texture to it as well, so we can actually have the same idea. There we go. And today I'm gonna make stamp, which is gonna be fun. I'm trying to see if I can actually make stamp properly today. It's gonna be a very easy one, but still, I need to get the meat right and very well cooked, which is gonna be the main issue. Hopefully I can get it right. I think I can because I only have like a little bit of meat, but it's like 100 grams, so it should be fine. But still, that stamp is gonna be a pain in the ass to do because it takes so goddamn long. It needs to be cooked. It needs to be cooked for at least 15 minutes, and then I need to still make the food, and then I need to do the stamping part. So yeah, it's either making the stamp first or doing the opposite, but I think I can actually make them at the same time. Although then I'm gonna be turning one of the how do you say that? I'm gonna be then turning one of the things that I'm cooking as stamp. But I could technically cook and then, well, I could technically pre-cook them instead of baking them. I can pre-cook them, but then the flavor will be lost. Choices. It's always choices anyway. But yeah, I need to now figure out like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to create the effect that I have on the bottom side and putting it in the front? It is the main issue that I have with zoomed in and zoomed out texture. So I now need to figure out like, okay, I have zoomed out the drawing first, and now I need to zoom in to the drawing. You know, the pillars are not yet there, the whole structure is collapsing. That's why we see it now like this, and then I need to figure out like, all right, how do I make these slabs look like good old-fashioned slabs? Because right now we have stone slabs, but we don't have the texture for the stone slabs because the texture doesn't work on the zoomed in version, and the zoomed out version is like, you know, it's artificial technically texture, which is my main issue. I'm not that great at doing that proper, but we will get there. It just takes some fucking time. All right, now we have almost everything drawn in, and then I'm gonna be figuring out like how do I want to do the texture, and then I'm gonna be leaving it there. And I'm gonna be starting to prep for cooking. All right, now let's see. So we have our lovely little thing. We have our lovely little stone slab. Now the question is, how do we want to approach this? Because I know that when I drew it, we have these nice little slabs that, you know, were like this. So technically like this. So because that's how it looked like. We can still do that. We can still make these stone slabs look like that, because that's how they look like. So that's the texture that I'm probably going to be aiming for. Like a soft little scaling of mama. I think I actually used this tactic back when I was drawing the, how do you say that, the boat project. Because of how the stone slabs work, it actually does complement them. It's just that I need to make sure that I have the angle just about right. Because what I'm aiming to do here is actually creating a slab and then add in the lighter color afterwards. So this is going to be we have the color and then we have the slab lines. Then we can add in the lighter and darker color on it, and hopefully increase our chances to get a nice looking slab of rock. Well, slab of stone, honestly. It's not a very rocky texture, but also it's not that invasive. It's also not that invasive to the idea, so that's good. right. Now I'm gonna go back to dark. Because if I do this, it means that I can actually then implement the effect that I had before in the background and reapply it again, but now in the foreground. Although the effect might be a little bit different than before, it's definitely something that is quite hard to do 2 times in a row, but I hope it actually does give the effect that I want. Hopefully. Okay. Whew. Whew. Now let's see if I can get this right. So we have now the line work done. Now we're going to add in the lighter color, which we already had. And hopefully we can then add in the thing that I want with it. So I want this color right here. Well, it clearly is looking like what I want to do with it. that. Now we need to make sure that we have actually the darker color as well on it. Okay, now we need to get that next bit done, which is then the background. Well, that is going to be the same as this one because that is how these rock things work. They break open and then they collapse. Because we need to do the consistency of these rocks breaking open. We need to be keeping the consistency on how the slabs work and on how the rocks break. So if we use somewhere, if we use the color somewhere that is already representing the breaking of the rocks, we need to repeat it, even though it might look a little bit strange, but it is necessary to retain the believability of the drawing itself, regardless of the outcome. Maybe a little bit lighter, but that can always be arranged. This is why it's also on a separate layer. Yes. No. So it does require a lighter color. Okay. So it does require a lighter color on the top side. On the top side, on this side. Then I need to do that also here. On this bit. Ah. Alright, I cannot do that with that. Fine. It's gonna be a pain, isn't it? It is. Alright. Let's see if I can do it like this then instead. Oh, hold up. Alpha. No. Better. Okay. Whew. And then it's almost time. Well, let's do the last thing then. And then call it quits. It looks actually pretty good. I like it. I do like this coloration. right. Now the hotspot going down. There we go. Now that is actually looking quite good. Unbelievable. Nice. Now we're going to be saving this bad boy, and we're going to leave it there. Oh, jeez Louise. This takes so much time. Yeah. And at least we got the staff correctly done, and now the beginning of the other stripe. So now we have this bit. First saving it as the other one as well, so that I don't get things confused. Alright. Always have double save, otherwise you might be in a corrupted file. Alright, so since that we now have done yellow, since that we now have done this, yellow is not visible right enough. Alright, fine. We're gonna go for purple then. Now, of course it's not visible if I don't have a thing to see. So since that we now done this, and we have done this bit right here, we can now finally move towards once that I get this bit done by tomorrow already. But now we can actually make this brick layer that is, all the gaps, and we can now fill up the gaps. So now we need to make sure that this bit, the slab bit, needs to be drawn in. So that needs to be drawn still here, and then the black hole is going to be here. So here is going to be the broken bits, and here's then just casual normal rock bit. And then we have the collapse. So now here we have the chasm with the dark hole and the whole cave-in of the building. So that's exactly what I'm going to be aiming for. So here we're going to be having still stone slabs that are attached to the stick itself, so towards the staff itself. So the staff is going to be still attached to it, and then we're going to have the cave-in where everything is going to get sucked into. So glass shards, everything that is going to be sucked in, and then of course that's going to be like dark black hole doom. There you go, dark black hole doom. That's going to be sucking things in. So that's the idea. And that's where we're going to be leaving it at. But so far, so good. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It just takes some goddamn time. But yeah. I hope you all have enjoyed for now. And thanks all for watching. And I will see you next time. Oh, hello, Dewey. My, busy. Yeah, definitely. I have been busy. I have been busy like there is no tomorrow. I put this on a back burner mainly because I got stuck on something. Hold up, I will just show you. Jeez. Hold up. Come on. Save. There you go. So I was stuck on this, all right? I was stuck on. Oh, I need to get fixed on this, otherwise nobody will believe me anyway. I was stuck on this, so I was like, all right, I have. Move it. There you go. So I had this thing done. I was drawing. For the drawing competition, I had this little manga sample done, which was actually quite fun to do. And I got it done in like, 3 or 4 in a whole week. So it was pretty easy to do. But then I was like, all right, sure, let's do this again. And that's where the mistake was. That's where the mistake was big time. I was like, okay, let's do this again. And it took me a month to complete this one, mainly because of all the detail work. But if you look at the sample, oh wait, I can actually show you the sample on the Krita. Yeah, duh. I can show you the sample on the Krita. And drawing competition, where is it? Art contest? No, that's the other one. Where's the drawing competition that I had? Toon Scroll Challenge. Yeah, the Toon Scroll Challenge. So this was the template for the second bit, by the way. This one, yeah. So this was the template I used for the second bit. So this was the template I got. All right, I was like, all right, you want me to do this, and you want me to create this in my own art style? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we have this, we have that. We have this event, we have that event, and I was like, sure. But the main problem is that I had to work from scratch on this because I am not that great at drawing people. So we start off with the same thing as always, just Larry getting in trouble. That is always nice. Can I zoom in? Can I zoom out a little bit? Or is that not possible? There we go. So now we can actually see the whole damn picture, I think. Yeah. So Larry getting in trouble, and as you can see, yes, it's almost a blatant copy of the thing, but it's in my style. So we had this splash, this meh splash. I was like, oh wow, that splash looks horrible. So I used the splash again, and I made it a little bit more nice looking. So I made it more like a watery wave effect where, he's getting drowned into the abyss. So Larry got himself in trouble. And then it was like, oh no, which is also here. Oh no. As you can see, it's a blatant copy of the oh no part. I need to have the move tool here. What? How is this not the move tool? Alright, fine. I will have the move tool. Oh, that doesn't work. There. Fine. I will move it casually. Yeah. So we have my level fell into the spring part, where I was like, all right, sure. That's already one problem that I need to figure out, like, oh no. So my guide fell into the spring. You see the bomb panicking, and you see this bit right here. And that needs to be zoomed out again because holy shit, that thing is big. So as you can see, the bomb is panicking, and you see that that Larry just got fallen into the water. And that was already a little bit more difficult to draw because of all the detail work that I had to do. And I had to draw water. You know fucking how hard water is to draw? It's like, ugh. It's like one of those things that I probably don't want to do ever again. But yeah, I had to do it. So I drew the water. I tried to create a kind of a reflection with the evil spirit that is still, into the water. And then, of course, then the hardest part came. The fairy that came out of the water. So I was like, all right, I need to draw the fairy out of the water. And that took me a while to get right. Took me a while to get it right, and took me a while to get in such a detailed work that it actually looks good. And that it looks in my style, which it didn't. It absolutely didn't. The manga style is not the same as my style. Mostly because I'm not yet correctly well versed in face expressions and people drawing. So then I had to create a chibi avatar of the same creature. Oh well, same person, the same fairy. I had to draw a chibi version of it because that's how this one looked. There you go, that's the chibi thing. So I had to do that again, which also took a long time to get it all fucking done. And so we're almost half a month in by working on this. I worked my ass on this, like absolutely getting lashes behind my back for trying to get this finished. Because I was stuck, you know, I wanted to get this thing done. But I couldn't because I was busy doing this, and if I want to I want to finish something before I do something else. But competitions always go first because they are fucking funny to do, and they are absolutely great for improving your drawing style, which is already happening. Because if you look at this drawing, for instance, and compare it to the drawing that I did here, it already feels a lot more better in layout and all that stuff, which is nice. I learned a lot from this anyway. So I got this thing done. I needed to draw 2 drawings, fully detailed, so that was a hard thing. I had to also change expressions of the fairy. I couldn't, reuse it again. So I had to do the expression differently, so therefore it looks more, how do you say that? More alive. Because here you can see that the expression is the same of the same thing, it's a copy and paste chibi. So I'm like, nah, don't want to do that. Feels lazy, don't want to do that. So, alright. So I have the cool strong type, which is true. It literally said I had to draw a cool strong type. I was like, alright, fine, I'll draw a knight. It's the easiest thing to draw as a cool strong type, and it also is quite fun to do. So I did. Did it make it a little bit more cooler? Well, cuter actually. But yeah, that was fun. And then of course new expressions, and then of course Larry coming back alive, and then I had to redraw this again with of course this bit actually being the same. So this actually the same as positions as the drawing itself, but more zoomed out. Of course I had to still draw the fucking fairy, so I was like, alright, how the hell do I do this? So I'm very happy on how it turned out to be. I'm very happy upon it, but ooh, that took a long time. And then when finally things come to an end, I was like, oh shit, it already has been New Year, and I have not drawn the New Year's soundtrack that I have been working on. So that was a fun experience. So as I was delayed for it, I had to. Now I can actually zoom in. This is actually quite easy. So as I was busy finishing up the New Year's drawing as well for Chinese New Year, because that's always when I wanted to do the New Year drawing. The first one was the dragon. Now I did the snake, because it also gives you a much more thing to it. Working on the 3rd book arc. I have a staff of the 2, but to get the story mapping out. You're busting your butt. Yeah, definitely. I have been absolutely with lashes on my back on like, hey, go back to the thing that you need to do, you bastard. So yeah, I have been working on it. I also have on the YouTube channel, if you haven't already noticed, the soundtrack is already there. It's the fixed version because of the last bit wasn't animated. Well, it wasn't edited properly. There were some issues with the sound as well as the movement of the image. So I had to fix that. And yeah, that was indeed a problem. But wow, 3rd book arc story, and you're mapping the things out. Nice. I would say I am a little bit behind on that part. Literally because I'm too busy with the other things. But right now I'm getting back on track. I'm getting the events done. I'm thinking maybe doing some expressions again next week. Once I finish this whole damn thing, it's almost done. I think next week it will be fully finished. Then after that, I will do some expressions, get that done, and while doing expressions, I also will do some work on the writing part. The main issue with the writing part is that I'm now at the second chapter, but it had, if I was correct, yeah, I was correct on it. The main problem with the second chapter is that there are some too much info dumps on it. So I need to make sure that I have the info dumps not being info dumps. So I don't need to be talking about things that's supposed to be, just talk simple. Don't do it too much. Don't info dump like directly to the viewer. And that should be fixing the second arc as well. Because then afterwards they're going to the library, and then once that is resolved, the next bit will come around where they get introduced to the fourth character, which then introduces the whole damn idea of why this happened. So that's what I'm going to be aiming for. This week I will get aiming for to finish this thing, and then after that I'm very happy if I'm going to get some expressions done properly, and then also the story a little bit more. I think I will do the story next week around Friday, I think. Then I will start writing again. But yeah, I'm very happy with the final. I'm very happy with the result. Also, as you can see, the stone slabs, here, I tried to get the same idea of it in the other side, so right here. But, of course, there's a big giant black hole that is sucking everything away, so I have to, make it more of a destructive environment into it. It's also a very unique idea to draw, a destructive environment like a black hole is quite hard to draw because you need to capture the movement, and that is very hard to do, which took a long time to get it, in the mind. So I'm like, yeah, I could use it like that, I could do it like that, but how do I want to do it now? So that is indeed a thing that's why I also put it on hold, because I was like, I'm a little bit stuck at the moment and I'm almost there, but I'm glad I'm back at doing the things right. So yeah, thank you. Good luck. Yeah, it is quite a nice thing to have it done correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it now here because I still need to make dinner, and then I'm gonna be cooking, and I'm gonna make myself a good old-fashioned stove. Well, is it a stove? It's not very stovey. It is just a big giant pan full of potatoes and meat and some kind of vegetables. Yeah, vegetables, right? That's the one thing. Yeah, rasped vegetables. That's the word for it. So it's vegetables with potato and meat all into one big giant pan, and then cook it, and then use a big giant stamper and then make stamp. That's literally what the plan is. Need to get back to the demons in space. Take it easy. Ah, yeah, I will probably cook it also at my mom's house, because my cooking skills are not great at making stamp in my own house, because I don't have fire, so I only have electricity stove, and because I have an electricity stove, it's how do you say that? It doesn't cook things the right way, especially because it burns quite quickly because of how the electricity is like, oh, you want to go directly for 220 degrees? Here you go. And that is indeed the problem. You need to be slow cooking up the meat to the right temperature. And with, electricity stoves, it's quite hard to do properly. So you get the right temperature very fast, but that also makes the food sometimes a little bit too fast, too crispy. And with the meat I have, I like to have it not being crispy at all. It is, how do you say that? Is there a word for it in English? Hold up. I need to double check this. Is there a word for it in English? Probably not. English word. Yeah, but no, not English dictionary. I want to go for Google Translate instead. Google Translate. Oh, there it is. Google Translate. Please give me the English word for this word. Is there a word for it? No, there is not a word for it in English. Wow. Because this is the word I'm looking for, alright? Hold up. Can I? What? You don't say it out loud? Alright, hold up. No, it doesn't say it. Boo! They have nerfed it. They have nerfed it to the ground. Alright. So, the Dutch word for it and the German word for it is Bratwurst. So, Bratwurst. Bratwurst. It is a big... It is meat, but the meat is actually coated into a layer. So it's all stuffed. It's like a stuffed meat, big giant sausage it is. So it's great. It is very tasteful, but it needs to be slow cooked instead of very fast cooked, and then you have like a big giant bad crispy line on it. How do you say that? Overcooked? No, overbaked. When you have like that charcoal on it. There you go. That's not what you want on that meat. It is good, but you don't want to have the charcoal on it because then it ruins the flavor of the meat itself because it has all the spices inside. And you don't want to have the outer layer ruin the inner layer spices. That's the main problem with it. That's why I actually wanted to do it on a non-electricity stove, because I can then, slowly cook it. All right, I will leave it here now, and thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. And yeah, this was fun. So see you all tomorrow. Bye.